What's up, traders? Wagwan, my youths. All right, so let's do a weekly analysis real quick. And I haven't been posting more as often because I'm not taking trades as often, right? As you can see from my last few videos, I've kind of just like transitioned to swing trading, less stress, less losses, more profits, right? So, but that's just me. Starting with, excuse me, Usdchf on the monthly. You know, this is one of my most ideal trades. I made nothing but profits on this trade last month. Overall, we are bearish, right? And then you just have it so that the previous monthly is also a nice bearish engulfing, which is what I'm looking for. So I still have a bearish bias. I'm still gonna look for it. I am just plotting my counter trend lines and entering in as they break so far. Like, okay, so if this candle closes bearish in the next 2 hours and 14 minutes, if it closes leaking over this, I will sell. If it, ends up bullish and it closes back in this range, I'm not touching it until, we actually do have that confirmation. A little bit here, right? So it's point A and the point B here. And I'm just extending it some more to include this. So I'll be getting into sells if it, closes over that. One of the signs that this was going to kind of pull back a little bit was this double bottom. Hit here, but the double is not valid until we break this level, right? So that's why I still have like a very bearish bias. For NU, this is also another one that made me nice profits. I'm not too crazy about this trade, not gonna lie. But on the weekly, it did give me a double bottom. Mm-hmm. Broke it, broke this neckline to then continue bullish potentially. So ideally, I want price to fall back into this level. I'm gonna see how it plays out. Right here. Now let's say maybe if price breaks this counter trend line, I could possibly get in for some more buys, but it would just be better if we actually came here first and then broke it. So that's ideally what I'm looking for. EU, I mean, it's a great buy, but it's not giving me a pullback. And until it's giving me a proper pullback, I'm not too interested, So I'll take this off actually because I need it to come down some more. I'm not trading that. And this, again, if price breaks out of this counter trend line, I'm in, you know. The dollar right now, very bearish at the moment. Like overall, the trend is definitely bullish. Let me put a trend line. All right. Yes, overall bullish, but at the moment we are very bearish. Like if I were to start taking buys right now, it wouldn't make sense because of how these monthly candles are setting up and how we have just, created this head and shoulders and broke the neckline. So it's also something to look out for. The way the previous weekly candle set up looks like the dollar could go bullish this week, but not to break anything or to do anything wild, but just to, have a little retracement. So that's one possibility for the dollar. Just put this right here. There's a possibility that, if price doesn't reject this level, we could end up back here to come here. Maybe, just maybe. But for right now, we're definitely still bearish. We came up to this level, and I'm noticing that yes, this is a range. Price is a range at the moment, but when you go to the higher time frames, things become a lot more clear. So yeah, for right now, I'm not really touching the peers too much because I wouldn't even trade this right now because you're at a high. Like for what? I can't take buys at a high. I can't do that. That's not attractive. We're not trading that right now. US oil honestly could be a really, really good buy. Because let me see something real quick. Overall bullish. Previous candle was a bearish engulfing, but we're at a level of very, very strong support. Look how many times we've bounced off of this level. A lot. So many times. So the previous weekly candle closed as a doji. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the beginning of something great and new. That's just a possibility, right? But I'm not trading that right now. So the pairs I'm really looking at for right now this week is just whatever can break a counter trend line. But I'm really looking at this. If price doesn't end up breaking bearish, then I'm not really touching it. But yeah, for the most part, we're chilling. I'm not like taking trades too often, and I love that feeling. It's a very low stress type of vibe. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of news for today on the US dollar. So hopefully we can get a whole bunch of volatility. Yeah, so yeah. I'll update y'all as I enter in trades. Happy trading, y'all.